Are we live?
You turned away from the camera around there.
I don't know if we're live yet. Oh, we are. We're live. Are we live? Are we? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Why can't I see myself? Can you see me? We hear you. Sound it. Can you see me though? Audio, why isn't the sound? Why isn't the camera working? 1 second. Good old live. Don't you just love this? Can you see me? What is going on? Did this last time. Am I gone? Camera not working. Why isn't the camera not working? One second, people. 46 people watching already, and they can't see me. Oh, come on, camera. Settings. Now, can you see me? Has that worked? Can you see me now? Can you see me? Hi, Scott. Yes, you can see me. Now, Thomas, do you want to join in? If so, I don't know how to do it. You're going to have to tell me. We have John B beside me, who's coming in. He's too shy. Here he is. Put your head down. Oh, there you go. Say hello to everybody. Hello, my name's John. That's John B. He's going to help me out. He's doing his apprenticeship in Ford. Okay, Thomas, how do I get you to join? Hello, Neve. Hi, Daryl. You're going to tell me, Thomas, what do I do? What link do I need to send you? Click on your Google screen and add me. Oh, great. This is going to go down well. Where does it say add? How do I add? Chat, share, camera. Oh, here we go. Invite people. Give me a second. I'm trying to do this. Sign in. Can I just? What link do you send out, Thomas? It'd just be easy to send you a link out because. Look at the face. Okay, is it gone? Have we stopped? Invite is better. Yeah, I don't know how to do it though. Do I just type your name in, is it? Send an invitation. So if I go, oh, here we go. Got you. Sorted. Invite. Lovely. Did you get it? Did you get it? Steve, how you doing? Right, the reason we're getting Thomas is because as me and John B are working on the motor behind us, I might not be able to get, or I might miss something. How you doing, Thomas?
Good stuff.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to turn off your YouTube channel here. Hold on.
What's the time there?
9 a.m.
Oh, you're up early on a Sunday.
Yeah, so I figured while you guys are working, I can then read the comments out loud and you can just listen to the audio.
That sounds good to me. All right, Mark, Keith in the house. How you doing? 70 people watching. 70 people watching. Now, what we're going to do is we'll bang a battery in first. Well, I get John B to do it. He's my minion for the day. But what we'll do is, what I do like about Mercs, we press these two tabs at the side. Look at that. Now, a lot more room. So I can get John B to put the battery in. Here's the battery. Look at that. Beautiful. Just get a 13 minutes on there. Now, where are we all from? Justin, how you doing? Where's everybody from? Oh, let me have faith. Yes, we're going to get it started. Don't worry, Stephen. I've got easy start ready. Yes, loads of easy starts. You need easy start for this. Doncaster, Wales, Dublin, Sheffield. Jesus, I'm struggling to keep up with the chat. New battery. No, it's not a new battery. It's a used battery, Keith. We're recycling because everyone moans about, you know, petrol cars bad for the environment. There's a lot of green stuff growing on this, so I don't understand why people say petrol cars are bad. This car's green. Leek, how you doing? I wear sweatpants underneath my work pants. Thanks for that information, Leek. Oh, I'm actually blocking John B working. There we go, look, that's it. Like, should do what he's doing wrong, like most YouTube comments are. He's doing that wrong. How you getting on anyway, Thomas?
Good, good. I'm just staying quiet.
Oh, is that the alarm?
Your viewers will be able to.
Is it stop? All right, done. Stop. The wife is actually, is that off now? Is the battery on, yeah?
Yeah.
Why can't you hear it?
On.
Right, apparently, there's no one there. There's no one windscreen wiper washer fluid. Well, the wiper works. And I just got bit twice by that. It only twice. What are you laughing at? Now, anyone like me to send that to them? Is the battery in?
Yeah.
Like copper. Is it tight? Right. I think we need a new wiper. Am I missing anything, Thomas? Can everyone see me okay and hear me? Are you muted, Thomas? Can you hear me? Oh, I can't hear Thomas. What's gone off? Can you hear me? I can't hear you though. You've lost your voice. All right, 1 second. All right. The camera and the audio is good. Hi, Paul. Fire extinguisher. We have fire extinguishers. Yeah, I was thinking of that too.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah, but there's an echo. I can hear myself, so that's why I unplugged one of my microphones. Something's going on.
All right.
I'll be keeping quiet unless I see something that requires a question from your viewers.
All right. And if anyone wants to know who Thomas is, if they don't know him already, you'll see if you just well, you'll click his link in the chat. He has a channel as well, and he does a very. If you don't know who Thomas is, he has a very new way of filming, which is really handy, especially like a first-person view thing. Right. So I don't know if we should try and turn this over or actually. I don't know, should you go full hillbilly on this or try and maybe do it properly? What would you like? Would you like a hillbilly way on it, or would you like me to do it kind of properly-ish?
We'll need the right music for hillbilly.
Maybe move the camera down a bit. Oh yeah, good idea. All right. There we go. Is that all right? Nice haircut. Thanks, hillbilly. Turn the key and see. Yeah, we'll just turn the key and see that. We've got a battery in it. Let's see if it does anything. Catch.
Keith wants me to ask a question, but I don't think so.
He said what?
Keith wants to know if the comment just left. Sorry, keep going. You have way too many people here typing. It's not like my chats. My chats are much more relaxed.
I've just heard the fuel pump kick in, which is a good sign. What, we got 106 people watching. Jesus. Right, let's see what happens. If it starts, it's going to be really boring. Nothing. And then you hear the fuel pump. Do you mind sitting in here a second? We have a problem already. I turn the key, nothing. I can hear the fuel pump, but when I turn it to start it, there's no start motor. So we could have a fuse problem or a start motor problem, which is kind of the worst. Let's lift this baby up and see. I'm missing anything. No crank job for Keith. Break out the scope. See, look, green. See that? Environmentally friendly petrol car. Don't need all this electric stuff. Where is the start now? I can't even see the start motor. Let's lift the camera up a bit.
That thing looks so rusty. If it starts, it's going to fall apart on you.
Most probably. Actually, it's not as bad as it looks, to be fair. The actual body is in really good nick. It's a bit too high. Is it locked? Just lock it. Well, I see the start motor. There's a kick wire on it. Looks to be. Rust doesn't taste very nice. See if we got power. Kick wire. We need a good. That's not rusty. Can you just turn the ignition for me, please? And turn it as if you're going to start it. Right. Ah, right. We have power. So that means we need to get a hammer out.
Put some glasses on first.
Good thinking. Right. So there's obviously the start motor seat. Lovely. Is everyone enjoying this riveting video?
Where's the snorkel?
It's at home. Left it on top. I've left it on top of the wardrobe. Now, this is a true hillbilly way of doing it. This start mode is completely buggered. That's going to really spoil the video. Right, try and start it again for me as I hit it. Ready? Is it doing anything? Great.
Somebody said hit it.
This could be a very short live stream. I can't see the other wires. This is the only one thing that will give me problems is really awkward. I wonder if I try and put power to it directly. See the little rubber hoop. Hit the rubber hoop and then there we go. Are they enjoying themselves? Engine. Yes. No, the engine isn't seized because you can't. The starter isn't even clicking. It's doing nothing. Yeah. Everyone see all right? What's in the way? We'll move off the air filter on the top and see if we can get it from the bottom. All right, that's what we'll do. Change the plan. Yeah? Yeah. The joys of doing things live. Yeah, I could run it down a hill, Lee. The only problem is if I do that, you won't be able to see it on camera. Thomas, why did you do that?
I'm getting the party started as to Keith's comment.
Well, what's Keith's? I missed it. It is a manual gearbox, Keith, yeah. You'll get that back, so I figured out how to do that.
Well, that's why I'm adding it right now.
Nah, whip off the old. Yeah. Nope. Wow, there's only one, isn't there? grab that. You grab the bar. How many people wishing there wasn't watching right now? Is it off? Can't do me. Yes. I'm hoping I can get it on here. Nope. Looks like it's going back up. This had to come off anyway. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. What's everyone saying?
There's too many comments to quickly read. I'm trying to pick out the specifics only.
Hang it back up, maybe. I'll see if I can find the right one. No. No, lift her up. Might have to get a tail rope on it. Okay. Not as high now. You know what, I actually think I've got another starter for it. Maybe we should quickly change it.
Somebody wants to know if you added new fuel or if it's just the old fuel that's in there right now.
I've done nothing at the minute. The old fuel's still in there, but I don't know if there's any really in there, to be honest.
You're going to sell the vehicle if you get it running?
Oh, so I think it's more or less sold. If it gets on it. Right, I'm going to leave you in the hands of John B for the minute because I think outside I've got another start for this. And I just want to check. Just see if just see what sort of two connections are there. You just make sure that they're actually are good connections. Make sure they're not loose or anything like that. Back in a minute.
Scotty Kilmer would have been done by now, that's right.
Yeah. Just gonna check the connections and see, make sure they're not loose around them.
I think this is one. Is this the same one? Isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't fit. Just better check this one first. Get my battery. I get a battery and energize this to see if it's working. You have to keep them entertained for a minute, Thomas.
Oh, I'm keeping quiet so they can see the real action.
I know, obviously, when I come back on, the picture gets better, but, you know. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to test this starter.
Keith is bragging about his conquests. Female conquests.
I hope his missus isn't watching. He's married.
Yeah.
He's married with kids. Can you get me a screwdriver? The old crappy one. In the top, sorry, don't be over here.
Yeah, there's somebody sitting inside the vehicle, and the person just saying that they shouldn't tap their feet too hard, otherwise they're going to fall through.
It's in really good nick. I say that and push the screwdriver through the next time I do that. That guy. That's why. No current, actually.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be reading comments, but dedicated questions for Leon. But at this point, the comments go by too quickly, and they're just generic chat comments, so they're not too important. If it's specific questions for Leon and he's not watching, then I'll read those comments.
I have to use this now, see if I can get this going.
I think those were unibody already, weren't they?
Yeah.
Good call by one of your viewers here. I don't think he's hit the bell end yet. Have you just hit the starter, the main motor, or the solenoid? Because you've probably just been hitting the solenoid because there's no clicking, right?
I hit both of them, and I'm hitting this one now. Damn. This one's any good either.
How many cars do you own, Leon?
9, 10 maybe.
And how many are running?
7.
No, nice. And how did you come to own this car? Somebody wants to know.
Just, it's hard to say really, just kind of wheeling and dealing, let's put it that way.
Was it left by a client, or did you just find it as a steal and decided to buy it?
Well, a friend of mine used to own this one for a while. And because he has the, you might have seen on my other videos, he had a big 560 SEL. And this used to be his car as well. So he just runs around in the 560 now.
And camera tilt, don't forget camera. Sorted.
Sorted. Disconnect this and try and run the starter. I'll put it back and see what I've got. Very good. Jump. Problem is, it's all rusty. I'm struggling getting out. This might go viral if I blow myself up.
Yeah. Safety first, glasses. How long will you live stream? At least 3 hours?
How long am I going to do it?
Yeah.
Well, this could be really short. It might be finished in 5 minutes. Because if I can't get it, even attempted to get it started, let's do that one.
Sorry.
What we might do is try and get that other one a bit more.
Any holidays booked up this year, Leon?
No, not for me, unfortunately. It's the problem working for yourself.
Watch the paintwork, they say.
Alarm. It's got a stupid aftermarket alarm on it. What we might have to do is, rather than making this too boring, if I can't get some sort of life in the starter motor soon, I might move the camera and try and hook a car on and try and jump start this. Not the way I want to do it, but rather than messing around with a starter motor for an hour, it'd be boring. Right, lift her up.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you. You shouldn't have, but thank you. No, the fluids haven't been changed. Nothing's been done. Just a new battery. Or not even a new battery.
Stephen is still hungover from a few days ago. He was puking pretty bad.
Say that again?
Somebody mentioned Stephen, if it was his day off. I told him he's probably still hungover from a few days ago.
Did you see that? I take it you did.
Good picture on his Instagram. Actually, it's a video. If you go to Bodgit and Leggit's Instagram, you'll see a picture of Stephen hungover.
Right, turn the kitchen on, Dobby. Oh, the fuel pump's working. Just click it as if you're trying to start it. There's nothing, not even a click out there. Is it on? Just leave the key on. No, leave on as if you're starting it.
Yeah.
No. Okay, go off again. Do it again. No. Nothing. And the other star motor, bag it as well. Right, I think what we'll do, so this isn't too boring, I think we'll put the new fuel in that I've got and we'll try and bump start it. What do you think? Nice hammer action. Can't beat a good hammer. Can't beat a good hammer when you wake up in the morning. Isn't that right, Thomas?
The starter is getting power for those guys who are saying that it might be an alarm issue. The solenoid is getting power, but it's not clicking. Somebody mentioned a voltage drop. That would be a good idea, but Leon used a test light, and I think the test light was bright enough, indicating that there shouldn't be a voltage drop.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, the other thing is, obviously, this has been stood for a while, so all the connections could be rusty. I don't want to go through all that because it'd just be too long. I want to kind of, you know, get something moving on it. So I wouldn't do this if I was normally doing, like trying to figure out why this isn't starting. I wouldn't be going down the route of just hooking up to another car to try and bump start it. But because it's live stream and, you know, see if we can get some smoke out of it. I think what we'll do is we'll get this down, get John B to take out the spark plugs, put a bit of oil down, fill it up with some petrol, and then we'll put the jump rope on it. And just so you guys know, I got 15 litres of petrol, and in Ireland it cost 20 euros for 15 litres. So you guys in America, you're lucky. Right.
It's not hydrolocked because the starter's not even doing anything yet. So with the spark plugs out, he might want to turn it by hand first as well, just to see if the engine actually physically freezes.
We'll do that.
Yeah. Now, somebody was asking if it was hydrolocked, possibly.
All right. How's your new Beamer?
It's excellent. I should be getting keys this week.
Where did you get them from? Germany?
Yeah.
Were they expensive?
90. Well, with taxes, $110 for a pair.
Hold on. What? Right. Bang out the plugs, and we'll see. It's a shame I can't even see. Right, we look out the plugs. We'll see what they're like. See, I got a service kit for this because if it started, I was going to service it on camera as well. But I don't know. Am I missing anything? Yeah, I should get the fact I'm done. It's just actually here. Why don't you walk in front of the camera, John B? People are going to see you now. He's an apprentice starting at Ford. How long you got left to do now? 2 more years?
Another 2 years.
2 years and he'll be qualified. Keith. Thank you. I figured out how to do it, so you'll be getting it back. This feels great. I don't have to do anything, just boss them around. Come on, get the part of that. Chop, chop. Today. It's been done by now. This is tight.
Yeah.
It's going to break.
In all likelihood, it's a standard transmission in this vehicle.
Well, it's actually, yeah, it's a manual, which is unusual for this year because a lot of them were automatic.
I would not have expected that. That the usual is an automatic on these.
Yeah, it's unusual to get a manual. Yeah, this lead doesn't feel great either. There we go. You might have a misfire on cylinder 4. Right, bang them out. Get some.
Hello from Badger. It's 4:30 a.m. He's on his way to the airport.
Oh, Badger, you managed to get in 4:30 on a Monday. Is that correct? He's from the future. What's the chances I won't? I'll get this started by hook or by crook, believe me. I'm going to cheat a little bit by getting another car to try and tow it, but we'll soon find out. We're coming out right. Lovely spark plug. Any look on the hat, Justin? Any more info? I'm getting a cowboy hat from Texas.
If one of those cylinders has all the valves closed, then that's air that's in there that's X amount of years old, like a tire. Might stink a bit.
Well, the one thing I was always thinking about in the back of my head, I hope there isn't a problem with the start motor. Because that was the worst thing. And of course, that's what's happened. That's the new one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bored is everybody?
Does the shop have fire insurance? Is it up to date?
It is.
Excellent.
Should go viral if it blows up. Blow as well. Can you feel that, Thomas?
Almost. Leon just removed the spark plugs. He's going to put some oil down the cylinders to help it turn over. They're going to pull the vehicle with another vehicle to try to jump start it that way because the starter's not working. And removing the starter may take longer than just trying to bump start it.
Oil kind of in there anyway. Right, really hurting now. Put that old crappy computer outside. Should we use that?
Here's my carrier.
There's a Ford Fiesta there, a silver one. Reverse up to the door.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm going to try and move the camera in the best position as I can, but I don't know how this is going to go.
That's looking good.
No, what I mean is because obviously the camera at the minute is where the car needs to be.
Oh, so later when you're pulling on it.
Yeah. I hope someone didn't join at that specific moment you just said that. Any more questions?
Just general comments here.
Where are we all from, people? Tell me where you're from. You have to tell me where they're from, Thomas, when they say.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the replies here. Somebody's asking if the clutch switch is okay, but again, we already have power at the solenoid, but the solenoid's not doing anything.
Oh, that's a good. The clutch is on the deck.
Barbell, Canaries. I can't pronounce some of these locations where people are from. And if I talk too much, then you guys won't see Leon. So I try not to talk that much.
Can't block my beautiful boat, can you?
Madrid, Holland, Uranus. Yeah. Behave, people. Otherwise, I'm going to kick you out. That's why I'm here. Actually, I have the authority to kick people out.
Respect Thomas's authority.
Canary Islands, nice. Somebody earlier said Alberta, Canada. So at least 2 Canadians watching. Well, actually, I'm not even a Canadian. I'm still German. From Sweden, nice. Have you tried shorting out the starter manually or just banging on it?
Well, I tried sorting out the other one, and I can't get to it properly to short it out.
Yes, I should have thought of that.
But I tried to short out the other one on the ground, but that didn't. That's been stood outside for God knows how many years as well. So.
Texas, South Africa, South Wales, Norway, Manchester, UK.
The only thing I just remembered is the clutch is on the deck. So we're going to have to bleed the clutch, hopefully get some life back in the clutch, otherwise we're not going to be able to do this. If not, I might have to try and feel this starting. If I do, I don't know, we'll have to see.
David Farrell is offering to come over and bring a bigger hammer. My friggin' English is top notch. That's good to hear. It better be after 35 years.
You see, we need to fit it as well as. Right. If you hop in there, I'll lift you up. We'll try and bleed the clutch.
Hull, UK, and Cornwall, UK. Cornwall, isn't that some famous area?
Is everybody having fun?
Oh, yeah. Shaggerland, yeah.
There's the clutch cylinder. Let's see what it's like. This is the only problem with live streaming. I can't get you really close to it. Right, it looks good. Is the pedal still on the floor, John B? Alright, okay. I'll lose this and see what, hopefully water will crack from that. Hopefully we'll get a pedal in this.
If it ends up never running at all, I'm make you a bet if you raffle off the license plate on eBay, you'll get a good chunk of change for it.
Alright, See if this is going to turn. Oh, look at that. Lovely. It's just no room. The bits I need to get to, I've got no room. The bits I don't need to get to, there's no room.
Where did you get that light, Leon? Somebody wants to know.
It's actually it's not a car light, it's actually a camera light. And I just stuck a big magnet on the end of it. So it's not actually designed for a car, but you'll get it on eBay, and it's an LED 308. See that? But I stuck this magnet on it so I could just film easily, because I can just, when we get metal, I can just do that. But it's not a car light, it's actually a camera light, but it still works.
If you don't get it started, somebody's offering to buy it, and they're going to turn it into a drift bus.
I will get it started. Just maybe not on this street. Leaving it was all. All blocked. Just push the pedal down, Jeremy. There's nothing coming out here at all. Has it gone down? I might have put some pressure through it. Nothing's happening here at all. Keep pumping it. Nothing.
充电已完成。
What was that?
No idea.
I think it's my speaker. Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Have I just released?
Jeff Jones will donate £20 if you start it.
We'll start it. We'll start it. You have to crash. You have to crash it into the car I'm towing it with. We'll start it.
They're working on the clutch hydraulics right now. They just want to make sure that they have clutching capability. No use towing it and then not being able to clutch it or put it in neutral.
All right, let's get you back down and put this pressure lead on it and see if I can get something happening. At least this proves I didn't do anything. Oh, the lights work. At least this proves I didn't do anything before I started filming. Oh, that should be. Stay there a second.
I didn't watch your brake. I know you had a video about freeing up the brakes. Did you actually manage to get brakes? Somebody here is saying that you don't have brakes, so are you just using a tow bar, or how will you be towing it?
No, we have brakes, I think.
You do have brakes. Good.
I think so.
And what are the plans? What are the plans for the car after you get it running?
Flog it.
Sorry?
Flog it. Sell it.
Sell it. Okay.
Yeah, this this is completely blocked. The line's completely blocked. Great.
Somebody just bought that light just because of you.
Someone said what?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Somebody just bought that light that you showed. I guess they went on eBay or Amazon and just bought it.
Oh, the camera, is it?
No, the light.
Oh, the light, sorry. Can you just pop that in?
It really does look like a Volvo from here.
That's a shame. I wonder whether there's a blockage. There's a blockage somewhere. It's a shame. Can you do it now?
No.
Looks like we're going to have to get this turned over by the starter because just put that down the rest of the way.
Keith has to go. Bye-bye, Keith.
We have a blockage somewhere in the clutch line.
Remote.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
We've been live for an hour now.
Is that long already?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a lot done, huh?
The light was 300 something. What was it called again?
It's an LED 308C. And that's how bright it is. It's actually good because you can change the color. You can make it a white light or a yellow light. If I can blow it through.
Glenn, they've been turning the key for quite a while already, so yeah, the key. There's nothing wrong with the key.
Yeah, there's power getting to everywhere there needs to be power getting to. And it could be a voltage drop, but I doubt it. The test light is too bright. What I am going to do, if I can, yeah.
The engine hasn't run yet, Scott. They're working on getting it to turn over.
You can just go underneath and tell me if you can see fluid coming out.
Yeah.
Mantis says good luck. He's going to be checking back later.
I knew that was going to happen. Get me a rag. So, did you see that?
Yeah, sort of.
No, I'm with that.
How long does the light last, the LED, throughout the day for you?
Well, I've got two big batteries, and it lasts. Well, I don't use it obviously for the full day, but I don't have to charge that battery for at least a week. Anything?
What?
Ha ha! Is that?
Yeah. That's here.
Huh?
That's
See? Good old air. Now, tell me if the fluid is now covered in. Is it coming out? It's dropping, is it? Well, I think we've got fluid now. Is it coming out now? No? What's that? Yes! We've freed it up, people! Now we can try and bleed this. At least one thing's going right. What was that noise?
That was my phone text message.
That's very unprofessional, Thomas.
I know I should turn the volume off. Sorry.
That's a sackable offence, that. You never hear my phone going off.
No, it's Steve Rob's daughter keeps texting me.
Is everybody 145 people? Bloody hell! Is everybody enjoying themselves? Now, what we'll do is we're going to bleed this now and hope you have a pedal. That means we can jump start it. Get back in. We'll lift her up. Oh, fire. It's really quick. And a bit more of food about careful. Before it all comes out.
Leon, why did you pick the snap-on ratchet over the Milwaukee?
Hold on again. Where's that gone? What have I done with this bloody bleeding? Oh, great. I've lost the bleeding pulp and it's peeing out. What are they doing?
I'll ask again when he gets closer to the camera.
Got it. Now, it's a good thing to mention, don't do this on a modern car, what I just did, because you'll blow out your centre bearing by forcing air like that. I just did this because it's a different setup of the clutch.
It ran before it was parked, Glenn. Several years ago that it was still running.
Say that again?
Glenn was asking if it was running before you parked it, and it was, as far as I recall.
Oh yeah, it was perfect, yeah. Not a problem there. Right, John B, do we have some sort of pedal? Yeah. You doing anything? Okay, keep pumping. Anything? I've got an inspection hole here that's looking good. That's just going to be the back of the drive now, isn't it? Anything now? Right, just keep it down. Let me open it up.
How's the Mondeo doing after all the work?
What am I doing with that now? I've lost the spanner again. How am I doing that? Sorry, you say something, Thomas?
Yeah, somebody wants to know how the Mondeo is doing after all the work.
The one we did the engine in, is it?
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, it's perfect. Right, try now. Any better? Is it getting any pressure at all now? Keep doing it. No, it's looking good. Nothing now. Back to the start now then.
Leon, why did you pick the snap-on ratchet over the Milwaukee?
Snap-on. You mean the power tools? Is it?
I'm not sure. I'm just reading it as it is, so it may very well be the electric. I don't know.
Well, I only have the Snap-on 3/8, and then I have Facom stuff. This is the only Snap-on one I have. The rest is Facom. But I think these are a lot more expensive than Milwaukee, and I think the Milwaukee ones are better, from what I've been told. They're certainly cheaper, and if they're cheaper and just as good, then I'd go for the Milwaukee one.
I believe it's 4 injectors, so it's fuel injected CIS.
Yeah.
Just answering comment there.
Right, I think we're going to have to try and get this turning at the start right, because that clutch. But does it go in out of gear, John? No. There you go. Try all the gears. That's it.
Oh, that's good. Getting closer.
Right, try the clutch now. What? Try the clutch. Is it still on the deck? On the deck? I thought you said it was the clutch there. Very good. The cylinder must be a bit. I wonder if I get the old knockometer on it.
Do you have Matco tools?
I wouldn't advise you doing it. Do I have what?
Matco tools?
I have a Matco heat plug tester. We don't really get Matco over here as such.
Yeah, I thought it was more American stuff.
Right now? Anything at all? Just keep pumping it up and down. No? No. We're going to have to go with the starter then. How long have we been going for now? An hour and 10 minutes. Just can't get anything. See if we can free this one up on the ground. We can free the start wire up on the ground. We'll find that one in.
Somebody wants to know the current issue right now, so I'm just going to fill them in. The starter is not turning, but so he focused on the clutch issue. He wanted to make sure he has a clutch pedal. He cannot get a clutch pedal right now, so we're going back to starter now. Because initially he wanted to pull the vehicle, bump started, so to speak, but he's not going to do that if there's no clutch pedal. So it's back to starter now.
We can free this one up on the deck. Just get it turning. I mean, it's free. There? Yeah, thanks. Let's move it. I'm struggling to get a decent earth.
Where do you get your haircut, Leon?
It's a special place. I can't really tell you because it's, you know, not many people know about it. You have to know the right people.
Mm-hmm.
One of them places. Aha! We have a starter, people. Come on. Maybe not. That shouldn't have been there.
Leon, do you watch Chris Fix?
No.
Good stuff.
It's engaging, but it's not turning. Well, there we go. Come on. Please. Turn. Ah! Go on! Go on, Patrick!
Soak it in WD-40.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We might be all right, people. We could be all right. I was earthing it after the car because I wanted to know why I didn't have the other one on. Where's the here we go. I might do this again. Can you put WD-40 down? Come on, please. Completely down. Leave it in there.
They haven't tried turning the engine yet physically, so I'm sure that'll be one of the next steps.
Yeah, I'm going to. I get this turning properly. The starter will turn the engine there. But it all kind of depends on this at the minute.
I think it's some kind of CIS Cagetronic fuel injection.
You got no power, so.
An 80-something Mercedes, I think.
88, 230E.
88. Thank you. I don't think there's an ECU on these, or does it? It just has an ignition module, probably, right?
Sorry?
Is there an ECU for fuel injection? Does it have a lambda sensor?
No.
No, so just an ignition module, no CIS computer.
No, this should not get anything now. I don't understand why we get it. So there's a problem. In the back of my car, there's proper jumpers. You know the keys you started the Fiesta with? Yeah. The key, the one with the bottom, silver, and they're fine as a decent set of jumpers. We need this thing working. Shouldn't be too bad to change it if we can get it turning properly. Everybody having fun, or is everyone bored? I wouldn't blame you for being bored. You having fun, Thomas?
Oh yeah.
Just think what you could be doing on your day off on a Sunday rather than watching me do nothing.
I'd be in front of the computer anyways, but just doing different stuff.
All right, Bill. Yeah, I could do with a cup of coffee or tea or something. A bit thirsty. Bit thirsty.
So,
the problem is these are a lot longer. Not going to help me.
I don't know how he got the name Bodgit and Leggit. We'll have to ask him.
Work some Bodgit down there. Down right there. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Right. What was that about my name?
How did you pick Bodgit and Leggit for your YouTube channel?
I had bad parents. Essentially, it's a play on words. It's kind of an English thing where it just means, well, essentially what we're doing today, we're not really doing things as we should. Just like hillbilly style. So in other words, you'll go into someone's house or work on someone's car. You'll do it completely wrong. Or won't do it wrong, but you'll just bodge it, and then you get paid and you leg it. So they can't get you.
Nice. Jeff Jones says this is the longest he's ever been on a live stream, so you are privileged.
Right. Yeah, that's it, Neves. That's essentially what it means. Fuck it up and leg it. Right. We've got a turn and start motor. So we're going to disconnect the battery. I'm going to get John Lee to change it, because I can't be asked.
It's just like,
And then we'll see what happens.
Joe Shearer, I think that's just his channel name. His actual shop name is different.
I was going to call it that, but some people might not get it, and they might. And the other reason is because of the name I chose, it gives people a really good. People think they're funny when they say, "Yeah, Bodgit is right" when they watch my videos, but they don't realise it's an actual play on words. It gives. If you give people ammunition, and if you say something, well, then they can't really fire back as such, and they think they're funny when they do. But anyway, if we bang this up now, we'll leave this stood up like that, and hopefully.
What's under the tarp next to the car?
What's under the what?
What's under the tarp next to the car in the back? I think the big blue tarp is what they're asking.
That's just, I just cornered that off as an area. It's like a mini spray booth when the car isn't there.
Oh, so you just lower the tarp then?
Yeah, essentially, it's all fans and stuff in it then.
Keep the comments clean, otherwise I'll kick you out.
Say that again?
I'm just talking to the viewers.
Oh, what did they say?
Oh, I was wondering what you were drinking, and I got to make sure they keep it nice, otherwise I'll kick them out. Because other people reading is still can be offensive to others. It may be funny, but it can be offensive.
Yeah, Thomas is the boss. I don't care what they say. I mean, if the people are going to kind of hurt my feelings, they're going to be sadly mistaken anyway.
How long have you been working on cars, Leon?
Too long. Since I was, good question, a long time. I'm trying to think. Have my phone. Hello. Yeah. Huh? Hello. I am talking to you live, yes. What do you want me to stand in front of the camera for? You don't think I'm live? I don't, but why are you looking at me and ringing me when I'll be home, well, I'll be home in a few hours? Is that it? Is that the reason you rang me?
I think that's his wife checking in on him.
Oh, you can let me go now, yeah? Okay. Okay, bye. See, Thomas, unprofessional having your phone. You never catch me. What have I done with my phone now? That's a good question. I just got a message from my friend who used to drive the car. And he said, did I remember the mobilizer? Because there is like an alarm, but I think it's just an alarm. It's just an alarm key. Are we going to be able to get this out? What are you doing there? Will this actually fit? Ah, yeah, it will. Carry on. Have you done it yet? Why isn't it out?
What are the official shop hours of your shop? You don't work 7 days a week, do you?
No, 6.
6, good enough, yeah.
Yeah. 9 till 6 normally.
And what's your dream car that you would ever want to own?
I own my dream car. I'm lucky. Oops. I'm lucky.
Scanner Downer Premium will be back, just on.
Oh yeah, what happened with that?
YouTube is shutting down paid content channels. They basically didn't give them a warning. End of August, no more paid content from any channels.
Yeah, why have they done that? Because they're getting money off it too. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think he's moving it to his website though, isn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey, look.
Yeah, it won't happen.
Did it come off all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have, let's say, $3,000 of income on a monthly basis that all of a sudden is no longer there, that can take a toll.
How much was it?
Well, I don't know. I'm just guessing. You know, with the amount of viewers he has, 3,000 a month extra income easily, I'm sure. And if that all of a sudden is gone, that can affect things, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's a big jump. This is tight. No, don't be. I don't know how you're going to get them other two off, but. Oh, there we go. I see them. There you got a Phillips and a 13 run. That Phillips might be a problem, but it should be okay on the other one. I can't believe people are still watching. They must be bored out of their minds.
What's the count at? I can't see the counter on my screen.
151.
Oh, that's more than I get.
That's 151 people. 151 people must be bored.
There's a video of you and Eric O. It was funny. Would you do it again? I must have missed it. When did you do a video with Eric O?
Sorry?
You did a video with Eric O recently. That was funny. Would you
No,
do it?
not really. I did the milkman, you know, the SMA.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think that's the one he's on about. Just a bit of fun. I don't think he likes being called the milkman, though. But then a second, can you see if I can get Phillips through there? That long enough for you, Will?
Good 14 inches.
I can tell you exactly how long it is. Just let me lift my leg. hope she starts turning after this. Like I said, to be fair, considering how it's been stood outside for so long, it's not actually spent. Right, if you can kind of hold it and direct it to me, and I'll give you the other top. Alright. Okay. This isn't going to go well, then you hold the top. The main wire has come off, which is good, but the kicker wire from the ignition is a Phillips, and that looks quite crusty.
I would just cut that off, and you can always run a new jumper.
Yeah, the problem is, it's still, if I can get it off, it just saves a bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think people are going to get bored enough. And so I want to kind of something happening.
Will you be doing a front-end alignment video eventually?
Say that again?
Front wheel alignment, will you ever be doing a video on that?
The thing is, the reason why I haven't done one is because people aren't going to have tracking gauges at home.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no point, well, I've been asked for it, but the problem is, most of the jobs I do, you know, you can kind of do at home. Because that's what I originally started the channel for, just to do basic stuff. But people want to see more diagnostics and stuff, so that's why I'm doing now. But if I start going into like tracking and stuff, people aren't going to really have it, so I don't know how much use it's going to be for people.
No, but it might give them an idea of at least what is involved.
Yeah, I mean, I could do something. You just aha! Yes! Yes! Yes, John B. Did I say yes? Start motors out! Well, I say it out, it's certainly disconnected. There we go, people.
It's a Bosch.
No, it's a starter motor.
Yeah.
Where's the screwdriver now? So.
I watched a German video, automotive video recently, where they had a similar Mercedes and the coil spring perch on the front. I'm not sure if it's a similar model, but the bracket that the coil spring pushes against at the top,
yeah.
are those are common to break off supposedly. Is that one of those models? Do you know if that's the case?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay, no problem.
I mean, I'm only going off, this has been stood for a long time, and there's no rust there whatsoever, so I don't know. If it is, this one's remarkably good. Right, we need to just clean that up before we put it in, just so we got proper connection. Turn the light on. Sandy paper. How long are we going for?
1.5 hours.
Right, there'll be a few cleaner connections on the car. I'll clean these connections.
You guys see Mazda new Sky Active X engine? I'm not sure what that means. I know we have Sky Active Mazdas here, or the term, but I'm not sure about what he means by the engine.
Yeah, let's get into elaborate on that a bit more. Get the camera up a bit better. If you can, Andy.
Sunday dinner is when after the car is running.
Say that again?
Somebody wants to know if you have to be home for Sunday dinner. I said that you're going to have dinner once it's running.
Hopefully now this is going to work. Looks like we're not going to be able to drive it because of the clutch, but if we can get it started at least, it'd be something.
Do you watch Eric the Car Guy? I personally don't, because I just don't have time. There's too many channels that I'm already watching.
That's the problem. It's getting time to watch them all, isn't it?
Yeah, can you list off a few that you watch?
Watch a guy called Bodgit And Leggit. He's quite good. Obviously watch Thomas, EXCDO. We watch, who else do we watch? Keith, New Level Auto. Eric, Badger. Watch Badger's got good videos. Leak Autos. Who else? A few. It depends, because I'm so Flat Rate Master as well. It just depends. I'm behind with watching YouTube videos, to be honest. Who do you watch, Thomas?
Yeah, there's quite a few. Just the same that you just mentioned. Pine Hollow Auto. What is it? Ivan's channel.
Oh, Ivan, yeah, watch Ivan, yeah.
Yeah. South Main Auto, obviously. Actually, I can probably open up my YouTube list here. It's somewhat extensive. A lot of channels I actually don't have time to follow with every video, but there's quite a few here. Clyde Soapbox, obviously. Paps Boys, Edge Motors, Euro Garage. What else? Oh, Punch Buggy Racing. You guys have to watch some of his videos. It's incredible fabricating that he does, and twin turbocharged engines that he builds from scrap, you know.
I haven't seen him.
Disgruntled Mechanic. Triangle Diagnostics is a good one.
Yeah, Mike's good one to watch. Disgruntled Mechanic.
Too many things to watch, too little time.
True that. Try and clean this. Just try and clean these connections up. I know it's a bit boring, but it has to be clean, because otherwise it definitely won't work.
The old starter motor was just seized, basically. It wasn't really doing anything. The solenoid wasn't even clicking, so either the windings were shot or it was just seized.
Yeah, you can bang that back in. Actually, is the little kit wire, is that? Yeah, you can bang that back in. Just there's this one there. Tip it out first, let all the oil come out so we don't get that in the clutch. You know the clutch isn't working, but...
Somebody wants to know if I have my own garage. No, I work for somebody. Eventually down the road, I may want to work out of my own little warehouse, but that may not happen for quite a while.
It's like everything, good and bad points about it. Good and bad points about working with someone, and good and bad points about working for yourself.
That's right.
Yeah. It's 22:07, I believe. Is that the time? Have I got the time? Yeah, 20 to 7. That's what time it is here.
how much would you charge for a job like this? But at this point, we don't know if it's just a start or if it's bringing it back to life. You can't quote a person for a job like this if it's a bring a car back to life idea or a scenario. If it's just a starter, there'd be what, an hour and a half maybe for it.
Yeah, about that, I'd say. It's not actually too bad. It's just awkward. I couldn't cross the. Normally, I would have crossed it first with my little button, but just can't get to it properly. And after hitting it, didn't work. And after not hearing anything, it's kind of a good indication that there is something definitely wrong. The test light lit up too well to be any kind of major. The test light lit up to be any major voltage drop.
Flat rate master, I think somebody was wondering what that is. Or flat rate is the terminology for mechanics working and only getting paid for a specific job. So if they're working 2 hours, they don't get paid 2 hours unless the job pays 2 hours. If they take 3 hours to do the job, they only get paid the 2 hours that the job pays. I'm just trying to find Flat Rate Master's channel to post. To
answer that question, how dirty is my humor? Well, I'm on my best behavior at the minute. I'd say maybe 11 out of 10. Turn this up. I get that. You just turn that around and I'll get the screwdriver. Get the little kick wire first. The tape.
Well, I'm sure he's kissed a 9-volt battery before. Everybody has. Leon, do you ever get American cars coming in? I mean, American cars?
No, I mean, there's obviously a few people that have them, like the old classic. I seen a 70s Lincoln a few weeks ago. There's a few old American classic cars here, but I haven't. I used to have a Rebel Rambler, 1967 Rebel Rambler. But I haven't really seen, well, I haven't really had any here, to be honest. But there is a few in Ireland.
Leak Auto Repair wants to know, what are you doing exactly? Leon just pulled the old starter. He's putting a new starter back in, or not new, a good used one.
Wow, that's debatable at the minute. But
well, we'll see. It was spinning, so. I mentioned Flat Rate Master. If you scroll up in the chat, you'll see the link to Flat Rate Master. That's his channel, and he talks about anything and everything that has to do with being on the flat rate system. So he'll answer all the questions, or all his videos will answer any questions that you might have about flat rate. And then my channel was posted also up in the comments. Leon, how often do you work out at the gym?
6 days a week.
6 days a week.
Yeah. Takes a while to build a body like this.
Glenn has to go. See you, Glenn. Have you ever rebuilt a Nissan D22 Navara?
No, but I work on them.
I've never heard of it. Is that like a sedan, a coupe, a sporty thing, a minivan?
I did a video on one He got water in the diesel. And I did a video on because the chassis snap on them. They're on properly.
Somebody wants to know if I have a dipstick for the newer Audis or Volkswagens that don't use a dipstick. We have one of those adjustable dipsticks, and or if you can measure the oil level inside the vehicle, then obviously I use that function instead of pulling the dipstick or getting the dipstick tool.
Right.
What's the hardest repair job you ever did?
Oh, that's a hard one because there's lots. Recently, I think that one of the hardest things I worked on is that stupid mini regulator. Is it on, is it? Sure. Ow, that's my thumb. I don't know if it faces up or faces down.
It's Punch Buggy Racing. That's this guy here.
Looks of that, faces that way. No, you just turn it on this way, don't we? So the angle's facing up a bit. That way. No, I clean your revolve. Just hold that.
Oh, that's
What would cause a notchy gearbox in a Toyota Yaris?
Notchy gearbox. What year?
We'll give him a minute to reply about the year. Least favorite job to do on a car, I guess, would be anything that involves getting really dirty. I don't know.
Yeah, CV joints and stuff like that's in right there.
It's a 2008 Yaris.
And notchy as in the sense of it's hard to go into gear, or when it goes into gear it's jerky. It could be a clutch.
Yeah, I need more info. Leon said the rust wasn't that bad underneath the vehicle. It looks bad, but it's actually quite solid still, he says.
No, the actual vehicle itself, the actual car body is good. There is obviously a lot of surface rust on the wishbones and stuff, but that's only surface rust. It's really light.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as bad as I thought, or it actually even looks, to be honest. And then it probably now we got that kick light on the right way. When we turn that, and I think it will be all right. Right, you just tighten up that bolt there and get this on. Not long now, people. You see? What size is it? I got it.
It could be synchros, but they wouldn't all really fail at the same time.
That'd be more of a grinding if it just grinds into one gear hard.
Yeah. He says that when it goes into gear, it's worse when it's cold, unless the disc is sticking. I've seen it before with the oil contamination. It gets a little bit better, but then you get clutch chatter as well.
But is it grinding? Is it in all the gears, or is it just in just like in one gear?
Yeah,
if it's just in one gear, most probably synchros, and if it's grinding,
doesn't really specify the exact if it's the shifter difficult to move or if it's even clutch pedal feel. I've broken something on a customer's car before, and I paid for it out of my own pocket. My boss told me, no, don't worry about it, but I went ahead and paid for it. It wasn't that expensive, but it's happened. And other things that break when you're in there, you can explain, well, it broke because it was fragile to begin with, and the customer usually understands.
Is Leek still here? Because if he is, look, there you go, Leek. He doesn't like his hands being dirty.
I'll send you some of my gloves.
Right, just letting some of that oil drip out that starter.
Stephen is still passed out.
On the floor. Stopping me now.
Where exactly is your shop located? Are you okay to say that, or at least general area?
The west coast of Ireland. The green and red and Mayo.
I don't like to advertise myself either. I tell people that if they happen to stumble into the shop, then that's fine. I've had a few people recognize me, and they actually don't even approach me. They talk to my coworkers and then point at me and say, "Is that Thomas from YouTube?" You know, that has happened maybe twice, but I don't like to advertise.
You've been asked for an autograph yet, Thomas?
Not yet, no.
I have.
The starter's almost in.
Yeah, I just could give that another minute or so just to drip out. Even though I suppose not a bit damage different, but we're close to getting that in. You bang that in. And hopefully we'll get a bit of action soon. The fuel pump's working, which is a good thing. I can hear it. At least that's not seen.
Is she still sitting in the driver's seat?
No. He's camera shy.
I did hear her. Yeah. What was your name?
Sorry?
What's her name? Your name? I'm addressing her.
My name is
I actually don't know.
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Okay.
That's yeah, I should have done that. As they'd say in Ireland, it's John B's mott. No offense.
No, doesn't mean anything to me.
It's not really a nice, well, I don't think it's a nice term, but it's an Irish thing. Just as well, she got nothing, she can't throw it at me when I said that.
What causes an axle to snap in half on street tires?
As the half shafts, is it?
Probably, I don't know. Maybe he did a burnout and it doesn't have a limited slip diff.
You need to get two-piece half shafts. I have two-piece half shafts in the back of my rally car. A lot stronger. How are we looking? It's exciting. It's exciting.
When did you move to Ireland? I think you were 11, right? Because I moved to Canada when I was 11.
Yeah, it was in and around there. It was 11, 10, 11, 12-ish, I think, in and around there. Are you excited, John B? Are you excited, people?
Where's the O2 sensor on a
John B, there's someone called John B on this. What? John B. Unless it's Rihanna, is it? On your account?
No.
Do you want to come in and say hello to everybody?
Do you know where the rear O2 sensor is on a Vauxhall Vectra 2007 1.8? Under the car or in the engine bay?
Just tighten them two bolts and we're sorted.
There's somebody wanting to know about a Vauxhall, the O2 sensor, the rear O2 sensor.
Sorry, which one? The front one? 2007.
Yeah, 2007, the rear O2.
I think they're airflows on them, and it'd be at the back of the cat, and the cat on them is, I think it is on the manifold, I believe. If it's not on the manifold, it's just underneath, kind of the back of the engine. But I'm sure they're airflows on there. They're not actually O2s, I think, on that model. You want to tell him if he wants to test them, to make sure they are not airflows, because obviously they won't test like an O2. Are we tight? One tight. Are you enjoying yourself, Thomas?
Of course. Almost time for breakfast.
All right, Scott, David. I thought you were supposed to come down, David. Or you got camera shy? Yeah, I saw you using a snap-on various of the day. What does the... It just does, it doesn't have the American cars on it, obviously. It has the European cars. But I think you can get the update for the American cars, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. I know the American ones have the European and the American ones, don't they? Have we sorted? Nah. Let's see what happens. See if we get something out of it.
Leon, best source for wiring diagrams, what do you use?
I don't particularly use wiring diagrams as such, because to try and get paid for that type of job over here can be quite difficult. So I've kind of learned ways how to get around it. But if I do need wiring diagrams, I do use All Data.
Somebody from Latvia is wondering where the best place would be to get wiring diagrams. It's difficult. I mean, All Data and Mitchell, they would have good wiring diagrams, but because it's mainly North American, they wouldn't have the Euro stuff. A moment of silence here while you guys try to crank.
I don't know if this is gonna... The alarm works! Did you hear that, people?
Yep. She's farting.
Ready? Hey! Who said it'd be 20 quid?
Yeah, well, it's not running yet.
Where's the 20 quid? No! That sounds brilliant, and it actually sounds quite good, considering. So, should we try and start it with the fuel that's in it, or should we just put new fuel in? I'll let the people decide.
How far ahead do you have work booked on a regular basis?
It depends. Sometimes I'd literally have nothing for a week. I'll do nothing for a week, but then I could have work booked up for 3 weeks after that. It really is. I'm only in a very, very small town. And when I mean by a small village, there's maybe 120 people live in the village I'm in, and there's 2 garages. There's me and someone else. So we don't have a big, you know, there's not, I don't live in like a big city. But then my overheads are a lot smaller. So if I moved to a bigger city, I would be busier, but then I'd have to work harder to pay the same bills. So,
single family income, or is there dual?
Single. Where did Leon train to be a mechanic? The School of Hard Knocks, Tom. No. City and Guilds. So do you want me to put new petrol in or try and with the old petrol? To be honest, I don't know if there's any even old petrol in it. New petrol. Leon lives. I do live in the middle of nowhere. New fuel. New fuel. Justin, I don't know if you got my last message with the hats. Are we any? What are you laughing at? What's wrong with the cowboy hat?
Sit you.
It will suit me, yeah.
In the chat window, there's a $sign just above where you type. If you see a $sign, you click on that, and then you can throw some money his way.
New. Easy start. New. Right, I think we'll try new fuel and easy start. I'm excited. It ran. Well, it didn't. It's turned over. You know what I mean? My shouting too much. Can you see me? Can you see when I go down the side there? Wave, John B. No, go back. You at the fuel tank, yeah? Wave. Hello. Yeah, you can see us. What we'll do is, there we go. Look at that. Right, we'll put this in because we're just fumbling it. Bagger it.
We're going to try brake cleaner if the fuel doesn't work. First, spark plugs back in, then we're going to try the fuel. And if the fuel don't work, we'll put some brake clean down the intake.
Fuel up! Can you see us? We might. This is where we might go on fire, people. The fuel light's on inside, so let's see if the fuel gauge works after all this time. Bit more. Am I missing anything, Thomas?
Nope, not really.
I can't see the screen from here.
Fire insurance is up to date. He mentioned that earlier. And how old are you? You're in your 30s, right?
How old do I look?
36.
Fuck off.
What's the plan with the Cosworth van when it's finished? I think you said it was going to be a mobile unit for mechanic repair or for repairs.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear any of that.
The plan for the van when it's done, you said, I think you mentioned that you're going to be using it for mobile assistance. No?
Yeah. Right. We've got fuel in. John B. Let's see what happens. Where's the fire extinguisher, just in case? No, I'm actually being serious.
Badger's back just in time. It's now cranking Badger. We put in a used starter.
We got 2 fire extinguishers for electrical and for ordinary, just in case, because you never know. Right. Make sure it's in the middle. Just put it on just in case the touches. Right. No easy start, just petrol. Let's see what happens. I get the fuel pump. It started! Go for it.
I missed the point where you put the plugs back in. When did that happen?
Like an hour and a half ago, Thomas.
I kept looking at the chat.
Just let it don't try and rev it. It could be a bit crappy fuel. So.
Lots of thumbs up here.
Is that take over? Listen to that! That sounds sweet! Hey!
Wow.
That actually, I know the thing is with the camera, it might not come through very well on camera, but that engine sounds as sweet as a nut. Onward! Yeah.
Yeah, it's barely shaking. Oh, there it goes.
Now remember, I did put a lot of oil down the cylinders, so the spark plug's going to be a bit. Start up again. Oh. What can you say? What can you say, people? How's that sound on camera, Thomas?
Oh, it's a sweet idle. I can barely hear it.
There's the 20 quid. Oi!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to scroll back up to see who said that.
Actually, that didn't. That was better than I thought. What's the clutch feel like on me? Just pump it. I know it's still maybe a bit different. We've been going for 2 hours now. No, it's not that anymore because it's cheaper tax, it's older. But it will be next year, I think. That's better than I thought. Any warning lights running on the dash or anything, no? Mark, thank you. Mike, Jesus, please. I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't know what to say. Thank you, Mark and Mike. But it started! It bloody started! Now, as everybody, V-Dub, thank you. I just, yeah. Thank you, V-Dub. I just don't know what to say when people do that. It's awkward. Now, we've been going for 2 hours, so I have a service kit for this. Would you like to see it being serviced, or do you want me to kind of cut it at that? I can't drive it, obviously, because we've no clutch. But would you like me to kind of service it, or do you want to go and have something to eat? Are you hungry, Thomas?
Well, I'm gonna go get some cereal, yeah, and then I'll be back. But it's only 11 a.m. I've got at least 2 more hours in me.
All right. Well, if everyone's happy enough, because I don't like them to be too long and boring. Rev it up. Oh no. Oh, rev it to service. Yeah, service. Put it back to the road.
Think about it exactly what you want to do with the vehicle. I mean, no use doing all this servicing to it if you are just going to scrap the vehicle, right?
No, I'm not. No, I think I've more or less sold it.
Okay,
So,
yeah, if you are selling it, then continue with servicing it a little bit. But
I'm just going to because you see the oil filter is rusty. The plugs have been in there a long while. The oil's going to be crap. It's just kind of a basic service.
And somebody, do you have PayPal? Somebody wanted to know your PayPal account. I guess it was just an email address that you usually would use, right?
Yeah, it's my Bodgit and Leggit. I don't know what it is, to be honest.
And then people can send via PayPal straight to your email.
What is it? I think it's just Bodgit and Leggit at gmail.com, I think. It's in the description on my videos. My email address.
That's linked to your PayPal?
Don't know.
Yeah, see, that's what he was asking. Like my email address, if somebody wants to send me money, they can go to PayPal and send it to my email address, and then that's linked to my PayPal account. And I think that's what he was trying to get at. If you have a PayPal account, let him know what your email address is or your PayPal account.
I do have a PayPal account, but I don't know. Oh, here we go. Bodgitandleggit at gmail.com. That's it. This sounds sweet, people. Have we got a little bit of water? Just make sure it's not getting hot. It's not really hot.
I don't see any smoke at all. Wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Considering how bad them plugs are as well. I'm just going to let it heat up a bit before I service it. Can you hear me all right, or is the engine? John
Oh, yeah.
B. Thank you, John B. That's
No
my
problem.
phone.
No
It's
problem.
My mum. My mum's calling me. Hello, mummy. They're watching me live. Hold on, I'll put you on loudspeaker. This is my mum and dad. Hello? Can you hear that? How old? How old? What is? 29. 29. Are you at home?
Yeah, we're at home, yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it's Leon's mum. Right. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Hi guys, I think you're on camera. I'm better looking than he is.
My dad said he should be on camera. He's better looking than me. That's debatable. Leon has a face only a mother can love. Too right. Right. Is that it? Is there anything else you want to say to me?
Oh yeah.
Any other abuse? Well, the money area, it's in the post. Right. I'll speak to you later.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. Love you, mummy. Love you, mummy. Ah, parents. Right. Sorry, Thomas. Go on.
You know, somebody still wanted to know it's mechanical fuel injected. It's not ported. It's ported fuel injecting, yes, but it's mechanical system, not a electronic fuel injection system.
I can't even move the camera close enough so you can see because it's just the way it's. Hold on. I can zoom in, I think. Hold on, give me a second. See if we can zoom in to the. We zoom in.
I think I see the fuel distributor in the back to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
I'll just zoom in a bit more. How is the picture when I'm zooming in, by the way? Oh, that's it. I can't zoom in anymore. I can take a picture though. That might be a bit better.
No. For somebody who doesn't know what it looks like, I think it might help. But if people are familiar with CIS injection systems, I'm quite sure that they can recognize the item.
See that? I don't know, but
yeah. Put your finger on the throttle bore or the airflow plate.
Hold on. What, on the picture, is it?
Yeah, and just hold up the camera again. Point out the airflow plate where the air goes in or where it's metered, and then the injector lines.
You see the big, hold on. Now, see the big circle thing there? That's where the air filter sits on top. I think you can see that. Where's the air filter, John B? You just grab me the air filter box. Hold on. You can see that? Is that? Oh, there we go, look. Now.
Looks good.
See, here, with my fingers. Just pass me the airflow box. Or the
injectors were those metal lines.
Air filter box. This is the big round hole where you saw the big round thing on the engine. That's obviously the intake for the air here. And then inside here is a big filter that runs around the perimeter, which is in. I'll show you the new one.
The throttle body is farther down the system. That air intake is a flap. It looks like a throttle body, but it moves up and down, and that regulates fuel. The throttle body is later in the system.
Oil pressure is awesome. The oil pressure is absolutely unreal in it. That's what the air filter looks like. Woo! You go to Hawaii, you'll be sorted. It seems to be behaving itself at the minute. I can feel the pipe getting warm. Unbelievable.
There is no injector pump. It's a hard to describe. It's just an airflow plate. The fuel injectors are always spraying, and then just the quantity is regulated via the airflow plate. The higher it lifts, the more fuel is injected.
Every gauge inside is working perfectly.
The coolant most likely still is 7 years old, yeah.
Sorry?
The coolant is probably still the 11-year-old mark, right?
Yeah, I'm just letting it heat up, but
yeah.
I'm watching it.
It's non-sequential because they're always injecting. The injectors are always spraying.
There's the old style viscous fan on it too, so we're going to see if that works when the thermostat opens. I did, yeah, I did give him a titty twister. He said, Leon, just give that guy a titty twister. How many miles has it done? 129,000. Well, 129.9, so 130,000. Jeff, I was only messing. You didn't have to. I was joking. Thank you. I just want to see if the thermostat opens. Or do we see a lot of water coming out the radiator when it does? I don't know. Even the seatbelt sign still works. It's flash at me like an airplane. There are leaks underneath. Have to go down to John B's just going to go down to the cellar to get me some parts.
Jeff Jones sent you 20 quid to your PayPal.
Jeff, thank you, Jeff. MD, thank you, mate. MD Lee. Or Dr. Lee. Half price now. Thumbs up. Question. You can ask Thomas about that. Thomas would be good to answer that. I just have to keep an eye on this at the minute, but I want to make sure it's not going to do anything. The top pipe's getting quite warm now. Oh, is it open? What's the temperature doing now? The thermostat open. Thermostat is open. Wow. Yeah, for that.
I don't want to talk too much because it takes the video screen away from the car. So if you have a specific question for me, just email me through my email address or send me a message through my YouTube channel. Then I'll get back to you.
Now, I didn't think it'd start that easy. What did everyone else think? I thought I might have to put a bit of easy start down and do a few kind of a few bits. A bit sticky on the automatic choke. There's a micro switch for the choke, which is quite funny.
Leon's PayPal, you can send him via bodgitandleggit@gmail.com. That's linked to his PayPal.
How are we looking? Right, I'll put it under a bit of pressure. This is going to be the key. Will she hold pressure? Got no leaks? Tell me she's climbed up. I think it's hot enough to kind of do the oil, but I'm missing anything.
Why do old Fords not start when warm?
Say that again?
One of the last questions here. Why do old Fords not start when warm? Is it a no crank, or is it crank and no start? We need more information.
And what type of Ford is it? Because if it's is it a modern Ford, or has it got the old electronic ignition, or is it even points? If it's points, change it to electronic ignition. Because the Cozzy, my Cozzy was electronic ignition, and I converted it to wasted spark. What's the temperature like? Huh? Fair enough. Fair enough. You want to see if I can get the fan to kick in?
It's a 4-cylinder, yes?
Right, we're okay to service this now. There's no point. No one will just look at an engine ticking over. Knock her off, zombie. Just start up again, see how easy it starts off. With it start off. Thomas, did yours start that easy?
I'm actually happy to say yes. I wasn't expecting it, just like you.
Steve, thank you very much, Steve. Yeah, yours was in a shed though, wasn't it? Or was it outside?
It was sitting in the garage. Yeah, it was just dusty, but it was sitting 10 years.
Yeah, I think this has been this is at least 7 years, but it's been outside for them years. But anyway, there we go. Right, we'll bang it up. I'll get the oil burner. Here you are. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, actually, yeah, we'll do the oil filter first. Just get it out the passenger side.
Hard worker.
Sorry?
I was just going to ask hard worker because we're still on the hard starting issue here. He says that Capri's, Escorts, Ford Focus, it won't start when warm. But again, we need to know, is it cranking? It cranks and cranks and cranks and doesn't start, or it doesn't crank, or what are the exact symptoms? It may be common to you, but I have yet to know of common issues. If it cranks fine but doesn't start, it could be fuel, it could be temperature related in terms of temperature sensor. I don't know.
Is it petrol? Is it diesel? What year is it? Is the engine light on or off? Now, wait till you see the state of this filter. Here that don't be. Hang on. See the adjustable oil filter. Right, no, hang on. When I get this off, just look how rusty this is.
Somebody's saying that why not sort out the clutch issue first before you go too far into servicing it, because of the gearbox might be no good. But the gearbox most likely is okay, if at all the clutch is stuck to the flywheel.
That's all it looks. Look, yeah. But like I said, I've sold it, so well, I think I have. So there's no point. This is easier anyway to do than to sort out that in a minute. So. Use the old fashioned. You want to just on the back one, just use the use the pliers. Just. Did you have to replace anything in your car, Thomas? Was there anything you had to kind of do?
Well, just the basics like you're doing now. I changed the oil, I changed the coolant. The fuel I'm leaving in, even though it's 10 years old. I looked down the gas tank from the top, and it looks nice and clean. It does stink a little stale, but I'll be just running that old fuel. Will you do a video on the Sierra Cosworth starting and a drive, or just a run around?
A lot of people want me to do a video on it, and it's like, you know yourself, it's getting time. Oh, this is tight. We'll see. Oh, you mean the van or the car?
Just saying Sierra Cosworth here.
Look at the car. This is on an awkward spot there. And the chain is just crushing the filter and also in the spinning head.
We are still live, somebody wants to know.
And one of these plugs I took off the top. I don't know which one it was, so I have to replace that with it. The new filter looks different. A lot smaller.
I'm surprised they haven't asked it what kind of oil is going back in.
Clean oil.
Clean oil, that's good.
1040 semi Mercedes spec. I just want to make sure this is right. It's a bit smaller filter, but as long as it fits.
Carshed 68, it's running already. It started right up after we got the starter into it.
I can't look at that. How rusty that is. Bloody hot too.
What are your thoughts on engine flush products?
Don't use them. If your engine's really bad and you got a lot of crap and you put an engine flush in, it could block up all your oil ports. There'll be no oil getting to the top of your engine. I don't use them. What I suggest you do is just replace your oil every couple of thousand miles. Eventually the stuff will the oil will clean it. Might take it, it could take 6 months, could take a year, but that is the safest way of doing it in my opinion. What do you think, Thomas?
Carshed 68 here, can't believe that it's running. I guess he just got in late. He's one of those guys that said it'll never start, but it is running. He missed it by about 10 minutes.
Someone said, hello Leon, I'm in a Mexican restaurant. Hiya Leek. God, you're always eating. Whenever you do a live stream, I think you're always eating, Leek. Hi, Bodja. Yeah, that's what I think about engine flush stuff. What do you think, Connor?
No, same thing. We've had good success with them, and we've had where it made things worse. So it's like you said, if it's used regularly, I think it's all good. It helps keep things clean.
Yeah, if you've got no problem, use it. But if you've got a problem with a lot of gunk in your engine, don't use it.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to use it after the problem, which is no good. Preventive maintenance is the key. You service your car every 5,000 miles, you won't have these problems.
And getting back to the guy who still can't believe it, they didn't use any starting aid at all. They used the regular fuel that was in the, actually no, they filled up the gas tank with some fresh fuel. The fuel pump was running. That was the first thing that was confirmed. And then after cranking a few seconds, the car started right up. So no starting aid, nothing. The only thing they had to do was take the old starter out and put in a known good one.
Like I said, in some ways, I'm kind of glad it didn't just start because people might think I did things before it when I didn't. I've got a load of spare bits because a few years ago, a diesel one of these came in, but it was destroyed. So I took the headlights off, I took the backlights off, I took the bonnet off, the boot off, starter motor, power steering. I took a lot of stuff off that I could quickly get off. And that's the reason why I had that, in case anyone's wondering that I did something. No, it wasn't. It was all as you saw it.
Coolant rad flush, I think, might be in the works as well for this one.
Yeah, I don't mind using coolant flush. I don't mind using that. The problem you want to be aware of, though, if you are using that, when people put the radiator stop leak in your radiators, because obviously there's a problem, I don't use that because that goes in all the system. It goes into your heater matrix and it blocks up your heater matrix as well as blocking up your radiator. So when you use the engine or the radiator flush, you might find there's leaks everywhere. Because especially in your heater matrix, when people put that stuff in, because they don't want to take out the whole dash to replace the heater matrix. So be careful when you are using it in your radiator, because you could find a lot more problems than you were bargaining for. Right. Up with that. Sausage and mash. Yes. Sausage and mash. Can't beat it. It's bangers and mash. Toad in the hole. Have you heard of that, MD Lee? Oh, MD Lee, sorry. Toad in the hole. Good English food. Having a remote really handy. Okay.
The clutch slipping, was the flywheel resurfaced correctly? If there's too much of a gap between the pressure plate and the disc and flywheel, it can slip. If it was a complete clutch kit that was put in, I would say there's something wrong with it.
This sump nut's been played with, to say the least. It is a 13 zombie, but I don't know if the 13 is going to go on it.
I'm going to go get a bowl of cereal. I'll be back, okay?
Okay, Thomas.
I need to eat something. It's almost 12 noon.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go on it. Oh, it will, but it's going to knock on it. Right, I'm sorry if I miss anyone's comments. Irish breakfast, piss on the bathroom, please. No, it should be all right. Now this could round. I don't know how. Yes. No. Nope. Moving not good. Needs a new it's been old farmer's tool, Dumby. But even that's not going to go in. More problems. The engine's already started. We don't need to swap the engine. It's already going. A little bit easier. We go ½ inch instead. Maybe a bit more bite. Nope. It's in a horrible place too. I do, but not in the video. Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
You're having problems, Thomas.
Uh-oh.
The someone's rounded off the nuts for the sump. So trying to put a ½ inch on it now, but I have no room to swing the hammer. I think what I'll do is I'll take this off.
The Empress, never been there. Yes, it started. It ran for quite a while, started up nice and smoothly. Fairly surprised.
We're going full gorilla on it.
It's like an oatmeal crisp cereal with hazelnuts.
Someone ask you what you're eating.
Yep. And it's not just breakfast, it's lunch. It's noon, 12 noon here. Oh, that's not going to come out.
I might have to do the old sucky trick on it.
What does the drain plug look like? Is there a lip on it or is it flush?
No, someone's completely, I don't know what they've done. It's more or less round, it's just destroyed. I'll suck it from the dipstick.
You can't get a chisel on it?
I don't want to break the sump, it's an alley sump.
Oh. Yeah, just suck it out then.
I don't want to put any vibrations through it. We'll suck it.
Or weld a nut on. Somebody says to weld a nut on it.
Yeah, but again, we're going into alley. I don't really want to go down that route.
Yeah.
And the thing is, has it been cross-threaded? Has it been put back on wrong? Because it's not only is it damaged, it seems really tight too. I just don't want the hassle. And if I can just suck it out, I get no hassle.
If they can suck oil at dealerships, it's no problem for you to do so.
Well, especially with the new Mercedes and BMWs, that's kind of, and the new Passats, because they've got plastic sump nuts, and you break them. So I'd sooner suck it out.
Yep.
Because, a lot safer.
I would too on certain engines, but I don't have a sucker that sucks fast enough.
Well, I just use the normal kind of hand sucker.
Mm-hmm.
That could be taken out of context. But especially when the oil is nice and warm, it doesn't have a problem. If the oil is not warm, you have a problem. There we go. Lovely. Nail plugs. Them plugs were coming along nicely. You can just see the biscuit colour coming back into it, look.
Oh yeah.
And that only ran for a few minutes, really. They were cleaning up nice. Oh, I got a few goodies in the post. We got the scan tool. I think you got this one as well, didn't you, Thomas?
Not that one, but it looks similar. They all look alike.
Yeah. So we're doing a review on this and a giveaway. I also got some LED lights, so we're going to be doing a video on them too. Just see if anyone's interested. I don't know if they are, but if they are, that's what we're doing. Working well. Working well. Any other questions?
There's a debate about Jiffy Lube.
Am I missing the debate?
Somebody's going to buy a shirt and hoodie from you once they're in.
Yeah, it won't be long now. No joy with the Foxwell. Not at the minute. That Foxwell sent me that scanner, that launch scanner. Foxwell sent me that. But I'm trying to get the GT80 off them, which is essentially the Autel. I think it's very similar to the Autel. What's the C2?
Oh, I'm sitting to the microphone too closely. Sorry.
I think we've nearly got all the oil out.
Once the slurping starts, that's when I get noisy.
Oh.
And it's chocolate milk. You need chocolate milk with cereal.
Oh. You get off of this bit. That's smart. You can't do it, can you? You don't really try it. Yeah. Clever ass. He was trying to be clever there, and it did work. There we go. Yeah, there's something. Wow.
Moo bread.
I show you will not believe this. Watch this. Look how clean that is. Right, you ready for this? Now, this engine has only been started for a few minutes, but look how clean that is. You see that?
Wow.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Will I have a fat guy size in hoodies? Well, personally, I'm not. The camera adds a lot of weight. I'm like, you know, skinny, but he's fat. Look at this. John B's fat. See, look, when you're sitting next to me, look how fat he is. Look at this fat kid. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the man boobs on him. Yeah, I will be getting different. I will have what did he say? Fat bastard size, because that's what I am. Right, I think we're nearly got the oil out. I can't believe how clean that engine is. So it's just really the clutch. I wasn't expecting the clutch to give me a problem, but there you go. But what I might do is I won't do it on camera, but I might, Sunday next week, just take off the cylinder, the slave cylinder, and see if that's seized or something. It could just be a new slave cylinder. The slave cylinder might not be working, so that'd be an easy fix because it's bolted on the outside of the gearbox. So I don't have to take the box out to do it. Well, I'll do that next week.
2004 Peugeot 307 2-liter HDI. Just did the clutch, but it's slipping in third and fourth gear. Any ideas?
You just did the clutch. Was it? Did you put a full clutch kit in?
It says clutch and flywheel. I replied earlier. I said that if the flywheel wasn't ground correctly, or if it wasn't serviced correctly, it can cause slipping. But it's supposedly a new clutch and flywheel disc.
See you later, Steve. Justin, 6'4". Yeah, I'm 6'9", but you know. Yeah, so it's the whole clutch and it's slipping. Has he bled the system properly? How does the clutch pedal feel as well? Does it feel hard or anything like that? God, that's nearly through that. How much more goes in this thing? That's gonna be full, yeah. It's empty.
Pedal is light and master cylinder was replaced.
And it's definitely the right clutch. Because I have had a problem before in the Transits that the clutch looked right. I matched it up and it wasn't, there was a problem. Nissan's laughing that I'm 6'9". I am 6'9" when I'm wearing my heels.
If the clutch was installed by somebody, I would just go back to them and say, "Hey, it's slipping. Fix it."
Yeah, 100%. Like Bodgit said, it could be dodgy parts. I've had dodgy clutches in the past, especially the slave cylinders inside the gearboxes. I've had them. They're a nightmare. So yeah, I've had them. Are you still pumping oil? I might have enough oil for this. We got 5 litres.
See you, Mike.
There we go. Oil's done. Give you the honours. 3.5 litres there. Put 3.5 litres in first, then we'll check it. Am I missing anything?
The clutch, it was a 12-month warranty. He's 3 months over it now, so no, the warranty expired on it. So it obviously held up for a while.
Does he know what clutch went into it? What make of clutch it was? How bad did the oil look? It was just black and you could smell it. I don't know if you're used to kind of smelling old oil, you could just kind of smell it wasn't right. I've seen worse, but yeah, it was very, very thin and it wasn't nice smelling oil.
There was a question about grooved discs, brake discs, or dimpled. Which would you prefer? Any better than OEM?
Both, drilled and grooved. One helps with heat and the other helps with bedding the pads in quicker. And not only does it bed the pads in quicker, it also allows the dust to fly off so you get proper braking. It's what I have in my rally car. They're a massive difference. But if you want a really cheap modification to do to your car, and you can do it to any car, and your brakes instantly will be better, is take off the old hose, the rubber hose, from the wheel to the caliper and replace them with the stainless steel hose. Because what happens is, as you put your foot down on the brake, the rubber hose essentially swells up like a balloon. Now, not physically so you can see it, but when you put your foot down, you lose a lot of brake pressure. And when your hose doesn't expand, all the power goes to your brake. So if you just put the braided hose kit into your car, instantly, just by doing that, your brakes will feel like you've got racing brakes on. It's a really good mod, really cheap.
In North America, in some areas, they're for off-road use only, though.
You're not allowed to put them on your car for the road use?
No.
What? But it's safer. Why can't you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. But with regards to the drilled, cross-drilled, and whatnot, I would stay away from the drilled. They have cracking issues, don't they? Or at least all the ones that I've seen always had small cracks. So I would go with like an ATE power disc. It has that funky design, which is more of a wiping action that you talked about earlier, how it keeps pads cleaner. Yeah, or the dimples.
It also lets them bed in a bit easier as well. Bed in quicker. But as regards the ones with the holes in, if you buy the proper discs, not the cheap kind of, Chinese jobs, they don't particularly crack. If you buy the proper ones, but we are talking a big jump between the cheap ones and the proper ones, a big jump. I think the discs on my car, I think they're around 500 euros each. I think that's what they are, each per disc. More oil.
What do you think of car lube oil?
Never used it.
I'm not familiar with it myself either.
I know it, but I've just never used it. I try and use Castrol, stuff like that, stuff that I know is good. I know that the supermarkets over here in the UK do oil, and it's muck, actually like water. So be careful. If you want to look after a car, don't scrimp on these things. Don't get cheap oil. Because it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. The better oil isn't that much more expensive, and if you want your car to last, buy the better stuff. It's as simple as that. It really is. There's certain things you just can't go cheap on, and that's certainly one of those. What do you think, Thomas?
Sorry, I got distracted with trying to read comments, and my landlord's dog is barking like crazy.
Right, we're ready to start this. Let the oil filter fill up, see what it sounds like now.
Alive again. Listen to that idle, it's so smooth.
I think also once the proper fuel Can't you? Because there's going to be old fuel in the lines. There's going to be a bit of old crap. I think once that kind of cleans out, it will start a little bit quicker. But it certainly sounds good.
Mark wants to know about the air filter. I guess he missed you. It missed you showing the air filter earlier.
That's just the air filter.
Yeah, show him again. That thing looked really nice.
It's a hula hoop.
There you go.
For thin people. See? Oh.
Oh.
Do I look cool? Sorted. That's it. Shows the airbox. And this is the airbox. So that's the underneath of it. That's where you saw the big round thing on the engine. And then, so the filter essentially, you can see this line here, the filter essentially goes around there. Well, we'll change that now. Pop the clips.
I'll be back. I'm just going to check up on that dog.
Well, actually, look at that filter. Filter's practically new. Look at that. Oh, that is practically new. There is nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that filter at all. Amazing. I think I'll leave that in. Just leave that as a spare. Unbelievable. And this, actually, this will even maybe make the engine start a bit easier because we've got a vacuum line that we disconnected. You can just see it there. Yeah. Make sure it seals around the intake properly. There is vacuum there. You've got a vacuum leak. Now, how are we looking? Good. Yeah, where's all the bolts? What do you call it? Or watch it there. The battery one. Am I missing comments again? When I took off the bottom shield, it was just full of crap. So how is everyone enjoying it so far? Are we enjoying it? Are you getting bored? Are you getting pissed off?
Debate about engine oil going on right now.
Well, I put the wrong oil in it, was it?
No, it's 1040 oil is supposed to be the best oil right now, but another comment says obviously if you have newer diesels with DPF, it's not just the DPF that you have to worry about with engine oil. It's also the high pressure fuel pumps, etc. Wrong oil will destroy those quickly.
Also, it's the climate, depending where you're from in the world, that makes a huge difference. Good stream. How is everyone enjoying it? Is it too long? Boring? Enjoying? Very good. One side. How's everyone enjoying it, Thomas?
Good, according to those last few comments. Haven't had any more. Loving it still, yeah. It's too short. Somebody said, sorry, somebody said it's too short.
You missed this, Thomas. Look at this.
Clean.
Isn't that unbelievable? Also, I think you missed, we've also got a vacuum pipe on this as well, and that's obviously off, so that has something to do with it starting. So it could maybe start a little bit easier now. That's kind of long.
So that is the old filter going in?
Yeah, I just left it in for a minute.
How does the paper feel compared to the new one? Because I've noticed that it gets brittle hard.
Absolutely perfect. It feels exactly like the new one.
Nice.
I'm going to leave the other one in there as a spare. Because I just dropped the ball as well. Why is it always one tip? Yeah, cool. Just check the other.
Snap, hold down snaps and nuts. Wow.
Like, why have both?
Actually, the nuts hold down the whole assembly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two of them, three of them do, one of them doesn't. See, there's four in here. The middle one holds down the filter box, and the other three hold down the whole assembly.
Yeah, but you don't really need the clamps on the outside if you got the clamps in the middle or the bolt.
Right, just pull the rest of that half litre into where it's
Enjoy Game of Thrones.
Pardon?
MD Lee 52 is leaving. He's got to go watch Game of Thrones.
Bye, MD. Thanks for popping in.
Somebody wants to know if it's actually putting out if the alternator is putting out voltage. It must be. You guys didn't say that the alternator light was staying on or anything.
No, but I am going to do that. Just I'm tired. I am going to do that for shits and giggles. This time when you start, it will stay there and we'll turn on the lights and stuff. We'll see what we're charging. Can you see that?
Yep.
How are we looking? Yeah.
Petronas engine oil. You ever hear of it? I haven't.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz sponsor.
So I think I see 12.7.
12.15. The battery's a bit dodgy, to be fair. It's fine. We're not charging either. I'd say it's, well, that's, turn the lights on, Zombie. No, it's not really. But then the battery is a bit dodgy. The battery could maybe be taking a lot of that too, but no, the alternator isn't great. Okay, turn the lights off. But then what also might do after, well, there we go, got up to 13 there now. It might be getting better as the rust kind of coming off the commentators and stuff. It might be actually kind of getting better though. So there we go. I think apart from the coolant and stuff, I'm not worried about that yet. I'm more bothered about the clutch, but I might do that someday next week. I might do a live stream on that, just taking that out, it's only a couple of bolts, and see if I can free it up. I might do that one day next week. If people want to see that, if I quickly do that one day next week.
Yeah, save some for future videos. That way you don't get it all once, you know, one long video.
I think this is kind of going shortly though.
The fuel was 7 years old, supposedly. Well, whatever was left in the system, but they topped up. How much fuel did you guys put in?
We put, what, 5 quid worth? About maybe 4 litres in and around there. I didn't put all the fuel in. Yeah, well, I think that's all she wrote. I don't think you can say further than that. What's the gauge like? We're reading any one in line. I mean, give you an idea how smooth that is. There we go. Okay, no problem.
Hard worker, what vehicle are you working on?
Vehicle is it?
Hard worker is asking where you can get a diagram to remove his rocker cover. Remove what you have to remove in order to remove what you want to remove.
Very simple. Yeah. Thanks for the time getting home now. How long have we been going for now?
3 hours now.
3 hours, yeah. I think we'll call it for that. It started. I might do a video next week on see if we can do something with that clutch, but if I do, it's only going to be short because it's only 2 bolts. It's not going to be long, but I might do kind of a live stream on that if we'll see. But that's it. I mean, it started, new start motor, and yeah, I mean, go back if you didn't see it. So,
Toyota Yaris, hard worker, send me a message on YouTube. I'll look up Mitchell info and I'll get you some info on that.
loads of messages I have to look through. Do that later. Yeah, Thomas, appreciate you popping over. Thanks for getting up. I know you didn't have to. Appreciate that.
Oh,
Great.
Thank you for having me in.
Everyone, check out Thomas's channel. I'll put a link down once I do this video to his channel, so you can see it. Check out his stuff. The way he films it and everything is brilliant. That would make a good live stream, Thomas. If you could get some sort of internet-ready glasses that you could stream live, that'd be.
They are available. What are they called? Oh, what's that? That doesn't matter. I've contacted them before. And I told them that, you know, my channel would be the perfect proving grounds for those glasses, simply because I use them on a daily basis and whatnot. But I guess they don't feel confident because they didn't offer to send me any.
Are they expensive?
Oh, Pivot Head, that's what it is. Sorry, the manufacturer's Pivot Head, and they have new ones that are Wi-Fi compatible, so I could stream off of them. But I'd rather, you know, record and then edit. I will be streaming live eventually from the shop. I have a new cell phone plan, and I tried it out yesterday. I made a private video just to see how many gigabytes of data it uses during a 10-minute stream. And it seems to be working good. So eventually I will be having live streams from the shop, maybe do a live toolbox tour or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. But I have to say thank you to John B as well. I mean, John B.
Yeah.
Only 2 more years left, and then he's done his apprenticeship. He's working in Ford. So yeah, I appreciate everyone popping in. I appreciate everyone donating. You didn't have to do it, but thanks ever so much. Like I said, possibly maybe next week, if not next week, the week after, do the clutch on this. Well, not the clutch, just the slave cylinder. Just to see. I'm not going to go any. If I don't get it going, I don't get it going. I'm not going to go any more into it than that. And that's it. So thank you everyone for coming. Thanks ever so much, Thomas. I'll put Thomas's channel down in the description. And yeah, Thanks, everybody. Don't forget, get your hands. See you for
Bye
the
bye.
next. Sweet! Oh, that's a kicking over.